the book haul. So today was actually the release date of the second book in the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. And this series, I haven't read this, I just bought this today and it's beautiful, even if it's a hardcover. And I read the first book when it came out and oh my goodness, the writing is just so special that I've never really seen an author be able to replicate that kind of whimsical aspect of it. And the characters and the world and just, I am obsessed. I've been counting down the days for this book to come out. So of course that was kind of the reason I went to the bookstore, because I needed to get this book on release date. And of course I'll be doing the exact same on the 30th of January for the third Crescent City book. So this is very exciting. And of course, I was in the bookstore. So you know what that means. I had to get more than one book. So I got the second book in the Maplehills kind of world by Hannah Grace. So this is Wildfire. And I was so excited because when I finished Icebreaker, I was like, this was incredible. And then I found out that there's more books. It's not more books featuring those same characters. It's featuring other characters. And this one is about Russ. And that makes me so happy because I was so surprised. I was like, Russ's story doesn't feel finished. When I was reading Icebreaker, I'm like, there's so much more to Russ. I know it. And he gets his own book. So I'm really excited to read about Russ's story and find out. And I feel like it's going to be I feel like the spice is going to be very similar to the first book. So this is going to be very exciting, especially because it's called Wildfire. Next up, I got A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. And this is actually a recommendation from my sister who just finished, oh, it's reflective, who just finished this book and she really liked it. I really loved Starlin House, and that seems to have the same kind of vibe. And so she recommended this to me and then I told her to read Starlin House. So that's what's going on with this one. I'm very excited about it. It has a very cool cover. Look at that. Even though, to be honest, I'm not a hardcover fan. In fact, when I was a very young kid, probably 8 or 9 or something, and I was reading the Animorph series, there was one book that I had that was hardcover, and I actually ripped the cover off of it because underneath it, it's kind of a soft cover. So yeah, I did that to my poor book. And do I regret it? A little bit, but I mean, it helped me read the book because I hated hardcovers that much, but they're more bearable now, but they're not my favorite. But this is beautiful. Next up, I got Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. And just look at this. This is my favorite size of a book because it's kind of big. It's not too chunky. It has the this. I don't know how to explain what this is, but it's it just feels good in your hands. It's good quality. That's what it is. This is a good quality feeling book. And so I'm really excited about this one. I've heard a lot of really great things about this, so I'm really excited to read it for myself and see what it's all about. And I just love the color, the orangey, salmony pink color. It doesn't kind of turn up the same way on the camera here, but because it has more pink in it than orange, but it's really pretty and I do really enjoy it. Next up, I got Carrie, Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which was kind of funny because the Study in Drowning is by Ava Reid and this one is also a Reid, and so I was like, oh, did I take the right note? But anyway, I'm very excited about this one. Honestly, I would probably have never picked this up if I didn't see a bunch of really great reviews about it on Book Talk. And it's about a tennis player, but apparently she's a really coolly written character, and she's a really good dynamic with her dad and all that. If I remember, I think there's some romance in there, so it's my domain. Love romance, I love fantasy, and I love literary fictions oh, Hello Beautiful. That was one of the books that made me cry in 2023. Only 2 of them did out of all the ones I read. That was one of them. So yeah, this is really exciting. I think the cover is really neat. I really like that she's looking up at the author. Is the author's name. I think that's pretty cool. And I picked up the Atlas 6 by, I think it's Olivie, something I'm so sorry if I can't say your name. I think that it's Olivie Blake. How would you say? I don't know if I'm supposed to be pronouncing one of those extra I's in there. I'm so sorry. As somebody with a very hard to pronounce name, I always feel extra guilty. But yeah, this book I have seen everywhere. Everybody's reading it right now, and I feel like it's kind of the fourth win kind of thing. So like Fourth Wind was like immensely popular. It's still really popular. There's 2 books of it out right now. I think the final book just came out, and that was the one I almost bought by accident. Then I realized there was a whole series with it. So I've seen some people read this. The description, like the summary on the back, sounds good. I always love a good story where it's like people are picked, or like they fight their way to like a spot and then they have to like fight each other, like tournament arc or Hunger Games-esque, like that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one, and I think it's one of my favorite covers of the books that I picked up today. I really like it. I think it's pretty neat. So yeah, that is my book haul for today. I'm gonna go through all these books, read them. So if you want to hear my opinions on any of these books, or if you have opinions on these books, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the bell notification. That way you'll be notified anytime a new video comes out. You won't want to miss it. If there's any of these books you really want to learn about, I will be brutally honest, as I am with books, but I'm also pretty easy to please when it comes to books. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!